All right. Hi, everybody. I am Jocelyn from the Dealer.com Life team. Thanks for joining me for a core burn. Today, we're going to do a little circuit. So we're going to do each movement for 30 seconds and then have a 10-second rest transition period. So we're going to go ahead and get warmed up, and then I'll demo all the movements and we'll go through. So we'll head to our mats now. Warming up, we're just going to hinge at those hips, bend down, roll it down to the floor, and walk out to our high plank position. So here, palms stacked right into those shoulders, hips low, nice straight line from your shoulders, hips to ankles, and we're just gonna press it back into a down dog here. Hold this for a minute. And we're gonna go ahead and lift that right leg up in the air and bring it all the way through. Drive that knee towards your chest and hold here for a moment. And then step it back into your down dog. Go ahead and lift that left leg in the air and drive that knee towards your chest. And step it back. We're gonna find a little flow here. Hips back and up into your down dog, back to that right leg. Driving your knee forward. And step it back, finding that plank again. Back into your down dog. Driving that left leg high and knee towards your chest. And step it back. We're gonna do 3 more of those. You find your speed, what works for you. Maybe you speed it up a little bit here, get the blood flowing. And 2 more. And last one on each leg. And when you're ready, go ahead and drop those knees. We'll come to stand. Get some air squats in here. So feet a little wider than your hips. We're gonna drop down into our squat. Knees stretching over those toes. Coming to stand, bring those arms to a T. And we're gonna reach down and touch each toe, get a little twist going. Back into that squat, coming to stand, twist, touching those toes. Squat, stand, and get that nice twist. Let's do 5 more of these. There's 1. There's 2. Weight coming into the heels when you drop down in that squat, pressing through your heels to stand. There's 3. Chest nice and tall. There's 4. Last one. Pressing to stand. Nice twist. All right. Feeling warm, feeling ready. Let me demo these movements for you real quick and we'll jump into it. First movement's going to be a leg hover with a crossover. So we're gonna be on our back. Important to get that lower back on the mat. Tip your pelvis to make sure you're staying connected. Hands can come under your glutes. Hands can stay by your side. Whatever you have to do to keep that lower back on the mat. So legs are gonna come off of the mat and we're going to do crossovers. Right over left, left over right. If you want to enhance this a little bit, you can add a leg lift and lower and then crossover. And then lift and lower, or you can just stay in the bottom. Whatever you prefer there. Then we are gonna roll over onto our side. Bottom arm will come down straight out in front of you. Legs will come to a little 90-degree angle here. We're gonna go into our oblique crunch. So crunching up here, elbow towards your hip. If you wanna enhance this, legs can come in and out. And if you want to make it even a little bit harder, you can pulse it out at the top half of the movement. So we'll do that one side, and then the next round we'll hit the other side. From there, bottom arm is going to come long. We're going to go into some lift holds. Top arm is going to go on your side, and then we're going to lift and reach as far as you can with that top arm down and lift your legs as far as you can off of the mat. We're going to hold for 5 seconds and lower, and then continue to lift and lower. From there, we will roll onto our stomachs and go into a Superman flutter. So arms and legs are long, gaze is straight down. You're going to lift up off the mat, get your quads and your chest up off the floor, and flutter those arms and those legs. Important here to think about squeezing that core and squeezing your belly button towards your spine, even though you're laying on your stomach. Here, we will hop up into our plank position. So we're going to start this one in low plank. So elbows stacked directly under those shoulders. Find that nice strong plank form first. Squeezing those glutes. We're going to do some hip twists. So you're going to twist from side to side and try to tap your hips on the mat. Nice solid plank, don't lose that form. Modify this by going a little bit less far, so you don't have to touch the mat if that's too hard. You'll still feel it. And if that's still too much, you can just hold your solid plank. Okay? And then we will flip over and go into our hollow holds here. So laying down on the mat again, finding your back, your low back connected to the mat, arms and legs long. We're going to lift up off the ground, getting those shoulder blades up off the ground, keeping that low back connected, and just hold here. And if it's too hard, you can lift your legs a little bit higher, you can bend your knees, you can bring one leg in, whatever works for you. I promise those are gonna suck after 30 seconds. So find what works for you. You can start harder and make it a little bit easier as you go, whatever you need to do to modify. And then final movement, we're going back to our plank here. So this is your choice if you want to do high plank or low plank. If you're in high plank, make sure those palms are stacked right underneath your shoulders. And we're going to do a little around the world here. So we're going to reach our left arm forward, plant it back down. Right arm forward, plant back down. Step out with our right leg, step in. Step out with our left leg, step in, and repeat. If you want to add a little cardio to this, you can skip the step out and make it a plank jack. So you'll reach, jump out, jump in. Just make sure you're holding that solid plank form the entire way through. That can be done from high plank or low plank, whatever your preference is. So those are our movements. We're going to do 30 seconds each. We'll have 10 seconds to transition between each of them, and we'll do that round twice. And then I have a fun little Tabata finisher for us. So, okay, deep breaths, here we go. So starting with those leg lift hovers. Let me just get the timer going. All right, on our backs, finding our lower back connected to the floor. Starting with those crossovers, here we go, 30 seconds on. Actively thinking about keeping that lower back on the mat. Almost there. And rest. Rolling onto our side now for that oblique crunch. Legs can stay still or bring them in and out. 2, 1, go. Trying to keep your weight out of that bottom arm. Put as much work into your obliques as you can. Not cranking on your neck. Light hand there. Woo. Rest. Bottom arm comes long here. We're going into those lift holds. First one in 2, 1, we lift. Legs a little higher, reach a little farther for 4, 3, 2, 1, we lower. Inhale to prepare and we lift. Reach a little farther. 3, 2, 1, and we lower. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we rise. Little farther. 3, 2, 1, and we lower. Rolling onto our stomachs now into those Supermans. Arms straight out, legs straight out. We lift in 2, 1, up. And if you're feeling good, add that flutter kick. Arms and legs moving. Squeezing that belly button towards your spine. Feeling this in your lower back, feel the strength. Almost there. Keep breathing. 2, 1, and rest. Now we go into that forearm plank here. We're gonna go into those hip twists. So find your plank, elbows under shoulders. And here we go. Find that strong plank. And we rotate those hips, tapping the mat if you can. And if you can't quite get the mat, just go as far as you can. No worries. Almost there. And we rest. Rolling over onto our backs here, going to those hollow holds. Find the position that works for you. In 3, 2, 1, we lift. Lower back connected to the floor. Woo! These are something. Breathe through it. Almost there. Two, 1, and we lower. Last movement of this round, back over to our plank here. Going to the around the world, we're gonna reach, step, step, or jump. Here we go. You decide if you wanna add that cardio piece in or keep it nice and slow and controlled. Palms stacked right under those shoulders. Make sure you're not rotating those hips. Keep your nice strong plank. And we rest. Nice job. Take a little breather here before we start that over and do the same thing. Awesome job. Halfway through there. Take a little breather. Let's do a little stretch too, laying on our backs, arms and legs long just for a moment. And pull those knees into your chest. Give a little rock from side to side. And when you are ready, we're gonna jump back in. So starting with those leg lift hovers with the crossover. Here we go. Finding your position, lower back on the mat. We got 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds. Adding that lift if you'd like, or keeping your legs down. Doing a little more challenge, lift those shoulder blades up off the ground. Eyes looking towards the ceiling. Feel those abs holding your legs in the air. 2, 1. We're going to go to that opposite side oblique crunch now. So whichever one you did before, switch to the other side. Bottom arm is down, straight out. And do the same variation that you did on the other side. Elbow aiming towards that hip. If you brought the legs in and out, do that again. Not putting too much weight in that bottom arm, just there for support. 10 seconds. Remember to breathe. 2, 1, and we rest. Bottom arm goes long here. Going into those lift holds. 2, 1, first lift, here we go. Legs up, arms long. 3, 2, 1, and we lower. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we rise. Reach that arm a little farther, legs a little higher. 3, 2, 1, and we lower. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Reaching even a little farther for 3, 2, 1, and we lower. Rest here, going to those Supermans next. Onto our stomachs, arms long, legs long. 2, 1, we lift up, flutter those arms and those legs. Squeezing that belly button towards your spine. Up and off the mat. Quads and chest up off the mat. Feel that strength in your low back. Almost there. 2, 1, and we rest. Going into that low plank hip twist. So go ahead and drop those those elbows right under your shoulders. Find that plank, and we rotate, tipping those hips to the floor or as far as you can. Squeezing those glutes the whole time. No sagging in your hips or your back. Almost there. 2, 1. Nice job. Rolling over onto our backs here. Back to the hollow holds. These are the death of me, but they feel so good. 2, 1. Find that hold. Whew. You might start shaking. That is perfectly fine. Breathe through it. If you need to drop your hands, that's fine too. Almost there. 2, 1. Back over to our plank now. Last movement here. Then we get our finisher. Full arm or forearm plank, whichever you prefer. We've got that around the world. We reach, reach, hop or step. Keeping that strong plank position. Hips don't rotate. Make sure you're placing those palms or elbows back underneath your shoulders. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Woo. Nice work. Take a little breather here. Take a short break before we jump into that finisher. Let's do another quick stretch. Go ahead and lie back on your back. Full body stretch, arms and legs long. And pulling in your knees to your chest. Give a little rock. Okay. Coming back up to our mat here. We are going to do a quick Tabata finisher. Give us a few minutes here. We're going to rotate between 2 movements. First one is going to be our sprinter crunch. So we're going to be down on the mat, low back, right on the mat, not coming off the mat. Legs long, arms are going to be by your side. We're going to crunch up and connect your opposite elbow to your opposite knee and come down, and then crunch up, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Okay? So we got that for our first one. And then second movement, we're going to go into mountain climber. So this is as fast or as slow as you want it to be. If you want this to be a little bit more of a heavier cardio finisher, you're going to speed up your feet a little bit. But you're going to find that full plank position, find that strong plank to start, squeeze those glutes. You're going to drive the knee towards your chest between your hands. You can slow it down and keep it a nice just strength movement, or you can speed it up to get that cardio. I'll leave it up to you. You can rotate between different rounds, whatever speed you want. So starting with those sprints or sprinter crunches, we are going to do 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. So it's a little bit shorter. We're going to crank through it a little faster. Okay? So here we go. 10 seconds. Crunches in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds here. Keeping those eyes up, not tucking your chin to your chest. Keep it high. Nice flat back. No rounding. Almost there. 2, 1. Flipping over for those mountain climbers. You choose what speed you're feeling. 20 seconds, it's not long. 3, 2, 1. Palms directly under those shoulders. Hips down, don't let that butt pop up in the air. Over halfway already. Nice light feet. 3, 2, 1. Back to those crunches. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Crunch it up. Looking towards that side, whatever leg you're bending towards, getting that little twist. 2, 1, roll it over. Maybe you want to keep the same intensity, maybe faster, maybe slower. 2, 1, and go. 20 seconds. Halfway. 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. Halfway through this Tabata. We got this. Crunches in 3, 2, 1. You might be getting a little tired. Just remember to breathe. 2, 1. Flip it over. Mountain climbers. Pick your poison. 2, 1. Light on those feet. Keep it moving. Over halfway. 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. Here we go. Last set of crunches. In 3, 2, 1. Eyes up. Remember, don't tuck that chin. Nice flat back as you come up. Breathe through it. 2, 1. Last set. 20 seconds. We can do anything for 20 seconds. Then we stretch it out. 3, 2, 1. Last mountain climbers. Here we go. A little faster this time. Hips down. Light on those feet. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Woo, nice work. Just like that. Crank through it. Let's get back onto our backs here and do one more stretch like we've been doing. Full body, arms and legs long. Deep breath, breathing to that belly. And go ahead and squeeze those knees towards your chest. Rolling from side to side. And when you're ready, coming up to stand nice and slowly. Keeping that head hanging, we're just going into a nice forward fold. You can bind your arms if you want, sway from side to side. And rolling up nice and slowly, head comes up last. Squeezing those shoulders up towards your ears, rolling them down and back. And on an inhale, arms are gonna go up overhead. Reach towards that ceiling, and we will fall to the left. Nice side body stretch. And coming back up center, we'll fall to the right. Back up center, drop those elbows wide. Eyes go up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And go ahead and release that. Interlock those fingers, pressing away from you. Pull those shoulder blades apart now. Eyes look down. And releasing that when you're ready. Go ahead and do a couple full body twists. Let those arms kind of flail. Twisting your feet with it. Stretch anything else that you feel you need to right now. Definitely make more time to stretch later if you can. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Great to have you, and I will see you next time.